Hi angels, welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading, and today's topic is what do people secretly think about you? And I have 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a second, see which pile resonates with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading on what do people secretly think about you. Okay, so number 1, I feel like a lot of people are not telling you, but they perceive you as someone who you have a lot on your plate. You're managing it well, but it's kind of like someone's doing something over here and they're working on this and this is happening over there. There's kind of almost this having your hand in lots of different pies energy. Now I'm curious about this 3 of Swords and the 2 of Cups, because I feel like there's something that's really captivating about this and really interesting about this. So once again, you could have multiple different hobbies, you could know different people, you could have traveled different places. There's something here about the more people get to know you, I feel like they're very surprised by how much you have going on in your life or how much you've done or you've accomplished. There's a lot of unexpected things about you too. With the 3 of Swords, I'll be honest, I do think a lot of people secretly have feelings for you, but there's also this feeling of kind of feeling like they don't qualify for you, or they're not quite on the level that they would need to be to have like a close relationship with you. However, I do feel like there is a desire here to still be connected to you in some way. People could also secretly think that you're actually very, very intelligent, very stable, very grounded, someone very resilient. I don't think that a lot of people really express to you just how confident they feel in you or your abilities. What I'm also getting from this energy too is a lot of people secretly wanting to know what you have going on behind the scenes. There's something about you having a lot of different things going on behind the scenes, and this really sparking people's curiosity and imagination. You could be relatively conservative with the energy that you give people or the information that you give people. I feel like people do secretly think that some of the things that motivate you may come from like hardships in the past, and it sort of fuels you or pushes you forward. I also just got some people secretly think that you're willing to endure a lot or put up with a lot to achieve your goals. And it's not giving me a doormat energy at all. It's more like I'm willing to work hard. I'm willing to, whether it's like working long hours or putting yourself out there. It's almost kind of sad because I feel like people are not telling you just how like resilient they feel you are, how talented they feel you are. I feel like some people do tell you this, but it's almost like there's this weird fog. I feel like there's a general persona that people around you kind of have for you, and it doesn't 100% line up with this like very resilient, hardworking energy. So once again, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, it's like you're not fully given credit for how smart or how practical, strategic, tactical you are. I don't know. It's like I feel like people really just want to acknowledge the like fluffier aspects of you. With the Empress, you could be very attractive, you could be feminine, and I feel like that's why people are having a really hard time like admitting or really acknowledging. Yeah, 9 of Cups. There's something very 9 of Cups about you. So very, like, people think you either get your way or you're very lucky, you're very fortunate, things just fall into your lap. But I feel like people know that that's not really the case. Like, you could be one of those people where things work out for you because you take action or because you're prepared or because you take opportunities. So people secretly are acknowledging the fact that you deserve what you have. and that you have a level of intelligence and resilience that's got you there. Six of Swords with them. Yeah. There's something about people, and they know this secretly, but I feel like they're either not saying this or not fully acknowledging it. I feel like people secretly have a really hard time or feel even uncomfortable acknowledging the fact that you are a very effective manifester, that the things that have happened in your life don't just like fall into your lap. I think it's because there's something very enticing about you, whether it's your energy, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you look. And I feel like one thing I've noticed for a lot of people is it can be really uncomfortable to admit that someone who looks good or they present themselves well, or there's something very enticing or alluring about them. I feel like it makes people uncomfortable if those people are also like intelligent or strategic or hardworking, because it's like, it feels like too much power. You know what I mean? I'm curious about this Three of Swords and the Two of Cups. What do people secretly think about you? What do people secretly think? We have the Temperance, the Fool, and the Knight of Wands. People do secretly think that, I'll be honest. So once again, there's something very fiery, and the Two of Wands, there's something very fiery and attractive about you. So I don't even feel like people are necessarily not saying this because they don't want to admit it, but it's more so like they just maybe feel like it's not their place or it's not appropriate to say this. So people secretly think that if you wanted to, like, you could really be out here, like, running the streets, you know, like kind of having whoever you want or doing whatever you want when it comes to, like, seducing people. And they just know that you're not that kind of person. I feel like people just feel like it would be inappropriate to, like, say something like that about you. But people secretly think that you choose to earn your way to the top. Like, people know that you don't really participate in extracurricular activities to get ahead. Yeah, Judgment. Ooh, okay, it's getting really interesting now. All right, so back to the Judgment and the Magician. So I feel like this energy is unfolding, and it's telling me more and more about what people are secretly thinking. So immediately people see you as someone very enticing, alluring, where you could really take advantage of that and not even have to worry so much about like your ability or your talents or your work ethic, but you choose to take the more substantive path. Like, people can tell that you really do use your brains and your ambition to get where you want. If you wanted to, you could definitely use, you know, your attractiveness or your seductiveness to get further in life, but you really lean more into, once again, your intellect and your work ethic. And people know that you choose to do that intentionally. But with the Judgment and the Magician, people could also think that you secretly might judge people who, I just heard, take the easy way. So people who like don't really put in effort, people who might manipulate people or seduce people to get ahead. I don't know where this is coming from. Yeah, the Four of Cups. People feel like you really look down on people who do that. Wow, the Sun. And once again, I think when it comes to like your personal relationships and stuff, there's something very upstanding about you. I feel like you do honor your personal relationships. Was it Three of Swords and the Two of Cups? People could also secretly think that one of the reasons you do this is because you have like a genuine heart here. Like, people feel like you could manipulate people, you know, through like sensual energy or like seductive energy, but that you have like too big of a heart. Something about you being a very genuine person, being very upstanding, but definitely having some sort of moral compass. And it seems to be like a really big idea that people have about you because of something about your appearance or something about the way you carry yourself. Very attractive, very enticing. And the fact that you don't use that is like really surprising to people, or they're really fascinated by that. Like, you would rather work for it. Wow. Nine of Swords, Strength, and the Hierophant. Yeah, Five of Wands. Like you would rather earn it, even if it makes it a little bit harder. Yeah. I feel like people are really fascinated by this. I think the reason why this is a secret is not necessarily because people are like afraid to tell you. It just feels like kind of an inappropriate thing. You know what I mean? Like, what conversation would you have where you're like, if you wanted to, you could sleep your way to the top, but the fact that you don't is really wild. Like, I just feel like people feel like there's really no context to say anything like that. Wow, the world. But a lot of people feel this way about you. They find it really fascinating, but I think people respect you for that as well. 10 of Cups. People are really, really impressed by this. And honestly, for some people, it makes them want to be connected to you more. There's something about you not seeming manipulative really at all. Like you're doing what you're doing for the right reasons. People could also secretly think that part of that is you maybe being a little bit more family oriented, being a little bit more mature, a little bit more stable. Maybe you could have relationships in your life that you care about and that are important to you and you want to protect. But I don't think you realize, like, a lot of people in your life and people close to you, I'm getting family and friends as well, really, really respect you for, kind of working for what you have. And, depending on what people are doing for a living, there's definitely certain things that toe that line a little bit. I can't speak to that. It's not something that I personally do. And I personally wouldn't recommend it because I know it's really hard on a lot of people mentally, spiritually, psychologically. But if you're doing things the right way, you're doing things with your talent and with your intellect and your abilities, people really value that. Like people really, really admire that. And I know your family's proud of you too. Even if it feels a little bit harder, even if you have to put in a little bit of work, the fact that you keep this standard in your life, people find it really, really impressive. 6 of Swords. And the Sun. Yeah, it's nice. I think people are actually secretly really proud of you. They're fascinated. But I think people also think that the reason you do this is because you want to be able to live a life that you can look back on and be proud. You can show your children what you did. You can show your family what you do, and feel good about it. I think you're actually quite a bit of a role model, and people don't really tell you that. But I think enough people in your life have witnessed you doing things the right way. And they really appreciate it. Wow, what a nice energy. Definitely some complexity getting into it, but once it rounded out, we got a really nice full picture. All right, that's what I have for you, pal. One really, really nice energy. So I do hope this resonated. I hope you enjoyed that. You can check out my Patreon if you want to support me there and see the exclusive version of this pick a card. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you'd like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much. Until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, pile 2. So if you chose a second pile, then this is your reading on what do people secretly think about you. So we're definitely going to have to dig into this energy because at first I'm like, what is going on here? People secretly think that you are strong. You could be a little bit reserved, a little bit more shy. But I'm seeing 3 knights here and the 2 of wands, which is a choice. So I'll be honest. I think that a lot of people could secretly think that you have like some people waiting in the wings, or you have multiple people who are into you, or multiple people who would like to be with you. And you're just kind of like holding back or not entertaining it. People could secretly think that you get a lot of attention, but you're low-key not really engaging with it. I'm not even getting like tease energy, but it's more like people could secretly think that you're just used to people kind of like paying attention to you or like fixating on you. I don't know. It's almost like you kind of float above things. Like you engage with people, but people feel like you kind of choose to focus on yourself, even when a lot of people are like giving you attention or things are happening. There could be drama. You kind of just seem like a little bit in your own world. I feel like this is people who kind of want to like see you engage with them a little bit more, but you just don't. Like you just have your own thing going on. So people could honestly secretly think that you don't care that much about things unless it has to do with the things that are like important to you. It's like you have a list of like all the things that get your energy, and if things are at the bottom of the list or they're not on the list, then we're just not engaging with it. So people could also think that there's something very youthful about you, though. In this energy, we have all these knights. And when you think about a knight, right, they're on their horse, they're riding off, they're courageous, they're kind of fearless, they could be idealistic. People could secretly feel like you still have this very like youthful spirit, and you're not necessarily afraid of much. I'm so curious though, because there's something about this energy that I'm kind of having a hard time with. 4 swords. Okay, 5 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh. Okay, so if there's been any conflict in your life, I'm just going to read it how I'm saying it right now. People could feel like you either like thrive in the midst of chaos, or when there's like an chaotic situation, you're good at like finding opportunity within situations. King of Wands. People could feel like you enjoy drama. Not like necessarily you being involved in drama, but like if there is drama, it's like it kind of fuels you or powers you up. I hope that makes sense. So like, okay, I'll give you an example. So you know how sometimes say like when people have like haters, how some people get really stressed by it, or some people are like, oh my gosh, like these people don't like me. People could secretly think that it like gets you fired up, or it gets you like, yeah, like people could feel, 5 of Swords, 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. Okay. So you know how there's some people who get really like anxious and stressed about like people not liking them, or like people being like threatened by them or jealous of them? People secretly think that you kind of like it or love it, or like, I don't know. I just heard some of your haters think you think it was funny. Like if they were mad at you, or if they tried to do something to you, they think that you thought it was like funny. 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the 7 wow, okay. This is like a very intense energy. Like you're used to it, or wow, the Devil. And the 2 of Cups. It's like every kind of like salty hater energy in the deck, and then like the 2 of Cups. Okay, so I'll say this. I don't necessarily think that, I think this is really coming from people who maybe have like tried to like bring conflict to your life or bring difficulty to your life. It's not necessarily that they think you think it's funny. It's more so like, you know that saying, if you have haters, if you have adversaries, and that means you're doing something significant. Something about that energy here. People also secretly think that, like, you just don't care about, like, negative energies. Like, you have things in your life that you enjoy. You have things in your life that excite you. But looking at all these knights, what do knights do? They fight. They joust. 3 of Cups. Yeah. I just heard the best revenge is success. So I think something has happened in your life that I don't feel is totally intentional, but this is how it's being perceived. So I think you've had this running pattern in your life where people have tried to like come for you, you know, be rude to you, hurt you, the whole shebang. And at a certain point, you just kind of got used to it and realized, like, I just need to strive and thrive and live my life regardless. And as time has gone on, new people have come into your life, fallen into the same trap. I'm not sure why. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've experienced a very similar thing where I'm like, I'm so nice to you. I don't know why you're going, like, crazy right now. But these new people come into your life. And then once you kind of see what's up, you're like, okay, I'm good. Like, bye. Or like you look like you're doing great. You still look happy. And they can't help but think that, like, okay, I hurt this person, or I betrayed this person, or I tried to take them down, and they just seem happier and doing better, and they're striving and they're thriving and they're moving forward in their life. Do they like the fact that, like, I tried to hurt them or something? Okay, let's try to get this. Because once again, it's like all these nights, it's like people secretly think that you like the competition, or you think it's funny when people try to, like, stop you. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm getting an image. You know when, like, little kids are like, na 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 na, like, the Three of Cups. Oh my gosh, and look at these kids here. Okay. Because at first I was like, what? Look at this, the Three of Cups and the Five of Wands. And once again, I don't actually think you're really like that. I mean, at this point, this has, like, been a running pattern in your life, I'm sure. I think a lot of us can relate to that. And you've just kind of come to the conclusion of, like, you know, people come, people go. Sometimes people are good, sometimes people are bad, but, like, I'm not going to let you stop me. Like, I lived my life before I met you. I'm obviously going to live my life after I met you. But the way that these people perceive it is, like, you think it's, like, funny. Or it's like, you know, another one bites the dust. Also, there might be something here, too, where... World. Four of Cups. Okay, and the Ten of Cups. I'm starting to see why this is coming through the way it is. So you could also have people, possibly from your past, who tried to hurt you, and they feel like your life is doing quite well, and their life is doing pretty poorly. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all these weird images. Like, why am I imagining, like, you know Thanos from the Avengers, like, collecting Infinity Stones? Something about you, like, leveling up or something. Like, either, like, looking better or doing well. Someone's, like, traveling. Someone got a new car. Someone got an apartment. Like, something about whenever people try to come for you, they feel like you level up. You may also have that pattern, too, of, like, when you feel like someone tries to hurt you, it's like you have to show them. It's like it's not necessarily that you're doing it for them, but, like, I'm just getting this energy of, like, I will not be caught out here letting you think that you won over me. Eight of Pentacles, you get to work. Wow, Three of Cups. So people secretly think that you love the challenge. You love the game of life. And something here about people secretly thinking that you either enjoy when people, like, try to, like, stop you or knock you down. You enjoy showing people, or you enjoy getting the last laugh. And I've been getting this energy, too, of, like, this, like, dominant energy. And as someone who can feel energy and read energy, that's a really common thing. If someone backstabs you, tries to hurt you, tries to stop you, and you push past it, you know, you don't go running back, you don't give them the satisfaction, and you continue to do even better, your energy dominates their energy. Simple as that. It reminds me of, say, like, you know, when kids are on a playground and one kid bullies the other, and then they grow up and then the bully is, you know, stuck in a really bad situation, doesn't do very well in life, and then the kid that got bullied goes on to be successful. That energy is totally dominated. And that's what people secretly think is, like, the funny thing is with the Strength and the Four of Pentacles, you don't show how strong you are. Like, you don't dominate people by manipulating them. You don't dominate people by hurting them or anything. You just dominate them by doing better. And there's something here about people feeling like this is not new for you. Page of Cups. Like, you've been dealing with this since you were a child. And the Six of Cups with the Four of Wands. People secretly think that, like, adversaries or haters or betrayal, like, powers you up. This is wild. I hope this makes sense. I mean, I'm sure it does. Because I think we've all had those situations where somebody hurt you or someone was like, you're not going to make it. And you're like, oh, Let me show you. Let me show you. Five of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. There's something very powerful. Okay. Because at first I was like, these knights, like, what are all these knights about? I'll be honest. I think people secretly think that you present yourself in a less threatening light because under the surface is someone, like, very powerful. So people could secretly think that you either, like, don't show how, like, there's something inside of you. There's like a fire inside of you, something really, really powerful with that King of Wands. And people secretly feel like you don't show that. But once again, I think there's been people in your life who thought, honestly, you were just like a knight, you know, that you weren't really like that, like, strategic, or you weren't like that serious, or like a serious competitor or contender. This feels a lot more like past energy. I don't know. I almost feel like people who've tried to come against you secretly think that you tried to, like, or successfully hid how powerful you really are. Or for some of you, like, hid what your potential was or what your goals were, because some of you are really moving forward in life. With that strength in the Four of Pentacles, people secretly think that you, like, hide how powerful you are, or hide how smart you are, or capable you are, or everything that you're working on. Like, I feel like for some of you, you really do have big things planned for your life and you're putting in the energy towards it. Yeah. This is so... There's something about this energy that is kind of annoying. Not your energy, but other people's energy. Because what they're secretly thinking is like, I thought pile 2 was like an easy target. I thought that I could break them down. Why didn't they let me know that, like, the whole time they knew what I was up to, or they had bigger things planned? Like, it reminds me of one of my favorite sayings. I say this all the time. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And it's basically a saying of, you know, it's no fun when the person who's being preyed upon all of a sudden has the power in a situation. People secretly think that you, like, will act less strong than you really are to, like, get them to come after you or something. This is crazy. I don't know. I hope this makes sense. I think you have some wild people in your past who have some, like, weird thought processes. But you know what this reminds me of? Okay, this reminds me, recently I saw, like, and I didn't watch the video, but I saw the title of people talking about, like, how, like narcissistic people or abusive people will target, like, weak people. Like, they'll be able to, like, see, like, okay, that's, like, a weak target. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you've, like, really knocked some narcissists down, or, I mean, I'll be honest, some of you would definitely, like, eat a narcissist for lunch. And there's something here about, it has to be some people like this. So I don't know if you've dealt with some really, like, weird, two-faced, like, pathological people, but they secretly think that you, like, baited them. And that you thought it was, like, funny, or, like, you thought it was amusing that they thought that they could, like, come after you or take things from you or hurt you. I'm gonna be honest. I think whoever these kind of intense, weird people are, they secretly think that you were the cat and they were the mouse, and that you were pretending to be the mouse and made them think that they were the cat. And then you just rode off into the sunset doing better than them, and just kind of let them wallow in feeling defeated. This is a wild energy. I hope that made sense about you. I don't know what happened here, but you know what? I've seen this energy play out many, many, many times. And the best thing you can do in this kind of situation is do exactly that. Move on and do better than them. I mean, I think you were going to do better than them anyways, because anybody who's living this kind of life trying to come after people, yeah, that never ends well. That's what I have for you, Pile 2. I think some people secretly think that you're some sort of mastermind here, who eats, manipulative people for breakfast and has fun doing it. Pile 2. Whoa. I mean, good for you. This is kind of a slay. I loved it. All right. That's what I have for you, Pile 2. It took me a second to figure out what was going on here. The funny thing is, I think for a lot of these people, it took them a second to figure out what was going on too. So if this is your energy, congratulations. And keep up the good work. I think you have a lot of great things ahead of you. That's what I have for you, Pile 2. What a wild, exciting energy. I do hope that resonated. I hope you enjoyed that. You can feel free to check out my Patreon if you want to support me there and see the exclusive version of this reading there. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you'd like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much. Till I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 3. So if you chose a third pile, then this is your reading on what people secretly think about you. Okay, right away, Pile 3. This is going to be kind of an intense energy, kind of a wild ride. So if you feel like that already resonates with you, let's get started. So first and foremost, I see that people secretly find you very attractive and could almost wonder if maybe you're like a heartbreaker or something. Now, right away, I am seeing a bit of an ambitious energy. So people secretly think you're very fired up. You're very talented, but we're going to get real nitty gritty because I do think that your energy is feeling intense. I think it's like exciting to people, but it's also making people nervous. I'm just going to say, I keep hearing the word Machiavellian. Take that as you will. Now, for some of you, I feel like people know what your intentions are, and it's like you have good intentions. You are like a good person, but it's like you're willing to do what you need to do to get there. Does that make sense? Like you're not a doormat, you're not afraid. You're also not afraid to like step on toes to get where you're going. With the Page of Pentacles in reverse, like there could be something about you, and already I'm seeing kind of like smaller energies or like figures in these cards. So there could be something about you that immediately seems like sweet or like even cute for some of you. Some of you could have a baby face. But people definitely feel like looks can be deceiving in this situation. People also secretly think like you're not afraid to walk away from things. Like you're not afraid to even like break hearts to get where you're going. But once again with this sun, like people don't think that you're evil or anything like that at all. Like people think that you have like a really good view of the world. You could be a very honest person. Now keep in mind, Pile 3, if this is resonating for you, you're in good company. This has been like a really big energy that's been applying to a lot of people. Like good people who are saying, you know what, I'm going to do what I need to do to get where I'm going. Let's get some more. I'm like fascinated by this energy. Yeah, the Hanged Man with the 3 of Cups. Wow, this is where it's getting really interesting. Okay, Pile 3. So here's the kicker. Here's the surprise. Most people who are looking at you this way, ideologically, agree with you. So people feel like you're a good person. People feel like you're an intelligent person. There's something about you where this is, I think, where the intrigue of this energy is. Because oftentimes you see this kind of energy in like people who are bad or people who are evil or people who are mean. People do not see you that way. No. It's like people agree with you, and there's something about you having this fire to get things done that excites them. So this reminds me almost of like an activist or some sort of professional who their goal is to make things better or to bring some sort of positive change or positive energy, but they're going to do it in a way where it's like, I'm going to be effective, like I'm going to make it happen. 6 of Swords with the Emperor. Then we have the 5 of Swords and the Death. Wow. People secretly think that you could be quite relentless as well. Like people think that you're not a quitter, you won't quit. 6 of Swords and the Emperor. Moving towards calmer waters in an Emperor energy. Wow, that's it. I'm so glad I said that out loud. Moving towards calmer waters through an Emperor energy. So this is someone who's trying to bring good energy, trying to bring balance, trying to bring stability. This is a very common energy, and I just saw another flock of birds fly past my window. That's been happening all day. So I feel like you're in good company. But once again, I think there's a lot of people around the world, I think you're one of them, where there's a fire lit under you, whether it's, connecting to friends and family, whether it's through your work. There's something here where people feel like you are contributing towards bringing the energy, the world, your community towards a better place, but with an Emperor energy. Like you are strong, fearless. I'm just going to say it very plainly, and I feel like if this is your energy, you will get it and this will make sense to you. It's like Machiavellian for good. The Seven of Swords with the King of Cups. It's like, I gotta do what I gotta do to bring more good into this world. So I don't know, like if you are being more stern with people. It's really hard to explain this, but once again, I feel like if this resonates for you, you are not the only person whose energy is showing up this way. I think it's like a budding energy. It's sort of a new energy. Seven of Cups with the Chariot and the Queen of Wands. Like willing to take whatever avenue you need to take to get where you're going. There's something here about, so let's kind of explain why I think this energy is coming through this way. And please know, there are so many like very great, very motivated people who are doing things for the right reasons, who want to see the world actually be a better, safer, fairer place. There's a lot of really bad people in the world who are doing whatever they want and using whatever means. And that's balancing out, I think. There's this energy where people are saying, you know what, if you're going to take the gloves off, I'm going to take the gloves off too. And it's not even doing anything necessarily bad. It's just saying like, okay, like if you're not going to play by the rules and I'm not really going to play by the rules either, the Chariot, I'm just going to move. This is a very strong energy here. I'm getting this almost fascination because of this. And if this is resonating for you, you know you're not the only person whose energy is showing up this way. I'm seeing more and more of it every day. Like good people who want to see good in the world and are kind of tired of being stomped on. Or, there's also this phenomenon as well with a lot of good people, kind people, genuine people, where people can get so caught up in their heads or feel like they're not enough or, are scared to ruffle feathers. And I just feel like you do not read that way. Now, you seem capable, you're fun to be around, you're friendly, but people know that whatever you're trying to do in your life, you're serious. And once again, this could be how you're interacting with friends and family. This could be conversations you're having. Queen of Cups, like you're so loving, but you also don't take any, you know what I mean? Now with the Five of Pentacles, let's see the Lovers. Okay. What do people secretly think about you? We have the Five of Pentacles, the Lovers. Okay. Oh. So this is another, oh man, this is wild. But this is an energy that, like I said before, is growing and growing and growing. Energy always has to balance out. Always. And so, if there's a side that's about cruelty and harshness and meanness, and they're just coming out guns blazing, things have to balance out. And I see that you are like a genuinely good person who's operating through the energy of love. And maybe in the past, I feel like you could have very much been like, I just want, the greater good for everyone, and I want everyone to be okay, and I want everyone to thrive. People secretly think that you feel like some people are just gonna, if you like really wanted everybody to benefit and everyone to be okay, there's something here about you accepting the fact that some people have chosen to go down a dark path and just letting them do their thing. I'm going to try my best to explain this, but I feel like whether it's new people meeting you or people who've known you for a while, they secretly think that you are for the greater good, but you're also okay if certain people choose to opt out of the greater good and accept whatever consequences that comes with. Wow, the Eight of Wands. Like, no nonsense. People also secretly think you're right. Like, if you're talking to people, even if they won't acknowledge it, they think you're totally right. They think you have a very clear view. Wow, this is getting kind of intense, but I just heard whatever it takes for evil to lose. And once again, this could be in like personal relationships. This could be in conversations with people. This could be through like work or what you're doing. Two of Wands with the Justice. Whether you know it or not, because there's a lot of intense energy here. And this is also a new energy. And usually when there's a new energy, there can be a lot of intensity with it because it's new, it's foreign. And I mean, look at this with the Ten of Swords and the Two of Cups through what people secretly think about you. It's like people secretly think that your goal is for things to be good. Your goal is to be good to people and kind to people and, bring positivity into the world. But people also secretly think that you know that like bad things can happen too. I'm trying to kind of be a little tactful with the way that I'm sharing this message. But it's sort of like, if people want to choose bad or if people want to be bad, then let them experience all the bad that comes with it. And I don't know if there's been some sort of transformation where in the past people just saw you as someone who's like, I just hope everything is okay. Like, like endlessly just, there's a fight to your energy right now. Three of Pentacles. Wow, Magician. Like you're just gonna do what you're gonna do what you need to do. I really hope I'm explaining this well because it's a very intense energy, and because it's so new, I almost get like this disbelief energy, if I'm honest. Like it's like people can't even believe their own secret thoughts about you. Because maybe they're so used to, like, honestly, people who are not great people willing to, put in the work and do what they need to do to bring changes into the world. But it's like negative changes, right? So you hear about like, tyrannical leaders who are doing whatever they need to do to cause tyranny. And there's something about your energy and a lot of other people's energy, because this feels like a wider energy, where there's people saying, okay, well, I'm going to do what I need to do to bring about the positive changes I want to see. Once again, this could be as simple as you having conversations with friends and family and just being like, I'm going to cut the crap with you. Like, this is what's going on. Like, I feel like in the past, there was this feeling of like sort of a softer, fluffier energy. And that's gone. And for some of you, maybe there wasn't as much of a softer, fluffy energy, but you could be coming into a season where you're manifesting and making things happen. But people are not used to seeing like genuinely good people with good intentions actually like moving with fire and purpose and determination and fearlessness. The Seven of Pentacles. People secretly feel like you're gonna make it happen though. People secretly feel like you know what you're doing. It's sort of like a mastermind energy, but it's like a mastermind for good. And this is a budding energy. I'm imagining a huge field of flowers that are starting to bloom, all with this same energy. Think about what an angel does. They're a protector. They fight for good. Angels have swords. Angels use those swords. I think for you, your swords could be your words, your actions, your resources, your voice. The Fool. Whether you know it or not, I don't know if you realize that you're coming off this way. I think part of this too is because a lot of people are starting to come off this way. And so it's like people are starting to notice a tide turning, right? And think about it this way. Say, for instance, you hear about a bunch of stuff going on, and then you know someone where they start to show some of those characteristics, and you can't help but think like, is this a trend? So yes, I definitely do see a large tide of energy turning in a really significant way of people willing to fight for good. And people secretly think that you are ready to move full steam ahead, living your life, but also contributing to this huge tidal wave of positive change. With intensity, with fierceness, with courage. I don't think you're super shocked that you're coming off this way, if I'm honest. But if you are, but you feel like, you know what? I kind of like this energy. I want this to be my energy. Accept it. And speak up. Don't be afraid. If you want to see good in the world, if you want to see peace and kindness and love prevail, don't be afraid. You have nothing to fear. But especially for some of you, if you're like in this energy and you're doing things, you're contributing, people are like, wow. They secretly think that you are going to plant a lot of seeds of change and influence. This could be family, friends, work. It could be bigger things. Some of you are doing big things. Some of you should be doing big things if you're not yet. People secretly think that you are going to have a lot of influence and you are going to help affect a lot of change. And you're not afraid to do what you need to do to make that happen. That's what I have for you. Pile 3. Brilliant, intense energy, but you're in very good company. This is not a unique energy. I think it's unique in the sense that everyone's energy is different. But this is an energy that I've been picking up intensely for a lot of people. And that's how change is affected. That's how things improve. When a lot of really good people have the courage to do what they need to do to make the world a better place. I'm there with you. Let's make it happen. That's what I have for you, Pile 3. Beautiful energy. I do hope this resonated. I hope you enjoyed that. A lot of great, intense, like complex, deep messages, which, you know, I love to do on this channel. So I do hope you enjoyed that. I hope that resonated. You can feel free to check out my Patreon if you want to see the exclusive version of this reading there and support me. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you want me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much for being here. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.